Okay, straight from the top, how's Soundwave been so far?
Awesome, yeah.
Did it at the same time.
Awesome.
That's cool.
That's a good time.
How does it compare to sort of, you know, some other places you've played around the world in regards to festivals?
I think it's getting to be as big as the big Euro ones, really. There's a lot of people these days.
I think 75,000 or so in Sydney.
Was it that many?
I heard.
Yeah.
I mean, the main stage looked ridiculous.
That's
with the amount of
crazy,
people
yeah.
there. It's way different than the last time I was here in 2008. It's exploded, and it's very well run as well.
Did you know it had improved so much since 2008?
What's that?
Did you know that it had improved so much since 2008?
I mean, you never really consider how big something like this is going to get, and I didn't. It's probably 3 or 4 times bigger than it was then.
Yeah.
So I remember it was just you know, a roving band of. They would use tiny shuttle buses to get us to and from the venues, and now they're using these giant, huge buses that you'd see tourists come in, and yeah, that'll show you how
lots of bands,
how big.
lots of people.
Who have you been checking out so far?
Kai Slivs, every day, love it.
So, on your time off, what have you been doing? Just touristy things, or?
We had
Yeah,
like
kinda.
this is day 4 of time off, as a matter of fact. Checking out the cities again. Like I said, I haven't been here since 2008. He was here last year, but just getting reacquainted with a lot of stuff. I'm a graphic designer, so I take a lot of photos of everything wherever I go and use the textures and stuff like that. And I've been going to a lot of places that I've been to before and seeing some old friends in the shape of statues and saying, "Hey, what's up? I remember you from last time I was here," and getting some new shots and stuff. It's fun to just walk around. My feet are killing me.
Okay, so onto the new album. Your first single dropped a few weeks ago. The response was crazy. Was that always penciled in to be the first single released?
I don't necessarily think it was. I think we had a couple other things in mind, and
We're always surprised.
management had things in mind, label had things in mind, and that one just kind of ended up being the one.
Whenever the ones that we always think are going to be the big hits almost never get released as singles, which is funny to say, but it's always a huge surprise when Roadrunner says, "Oh no, this is the one," and we say, "Really? Okay, you guys know? We don't. We have no clue, obviously."
Is that song a good reflection of the album?
I think in a lot of ways, yeah. I mean, it's got the elements of a little bit of everything in there.
Got the catchiness, for sure.
Thrashy stuff, kind of poppy chorus, and riffs, squeals, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the video premiered on Rolling Stone overnight, I believe. I think in Australia we couldn't view it yet. Can you tell us a little bit about the video?
Yeah, and that was just something that was the guys who did it, Ian and Mike. I forget the name of the company, right?
McFarlane and Pucci.
I think it's Pesci.
Like Joe
Yeah,
Pesci.
really awesome guys, and they did the documentary that we're going to be releasing with the bonus edition of the record. So they got the whole vibe of everything, and you know.
They assembled it. I think they assembled it from that. They really got to know us, and us is how we relate to each other. And when people want to do your video, they'll send you treatments, and their treatment was so real and so us. It was the only one that we said, yeah, that's exactly it. That should make a really good video. And it's kind of a, if you haven't seen it, it's sort of Sweet Child of Mine-ish, where there's a lot of background stuff. You get to meet the band doing not just playing, but just hanging out and having fun and drinking beer. And then there's practice, and then the big show or something like that. And I think they captured the band really well. It's a fun time.
So a lot of bands take their music videos for granted. That's something you obviously wouldn't do. Do you think it's an interesting sort of art tool for a band, the music video, still?
I don't know. Is it out now?
I think it can be if people can see them, I guess, before to even watch videos these days. Probably just the internet, really, right?
I'm not sure, yeah.
There's not a lot of music channels for us back home on TV that play videos anymore.
yeah.
Just YouTube?
Yeah.
There's that, and then, you know, there's a couple of, if you want to go to like on demand and check out some videos, then you have to actually seek them out. But other than that, they don't push them in front of you whatsoever anymore, which is weird.
And there was a leak with the song No End in Sight, I believe. Was that sort of a bit disappointing from your end, or were you just happy to get something out there when it leaked?
Well, the response was great, so how can you be upset about that? The only part that we didn't like was it was sort of an unfinished version, and the first thing you want to hear from the band, well, the first thing we would like to put out is something polished and finished.
Yeah.
And that didn't get a chance to have that happen, unfortunately, and that's the bummer.
Totally unmixed, not even final vocals on it, I think. Vocals
yeah,
changed.
he redid a bunch of stuff.
So.
But people liked it and people sang along to it, so we embraced it and played it live, and it went over really well, so you can't complain about that.
Do you think the album has a lot more hype around it with Jesse back on vocals?
I think so. I think a lot of people are curious, you know. There's a lot of people that are, you know, old Jesse fans. There's a lot of Howard fans that are curious to see how he's going to do, you know. So we'll see.
Is that something you sort of touch on behind the scenes, how you're going to tread around the comparisons that fans will throw between Howard and Jesse, or?
I don't know. I just think we're just moving forward, and a new day has come, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just starting fresh at this point.
Was most of the writing from Jesse for this album, or?
He wrote all the lyrics, yes.
Yep.
All of his lyrics. The music was finished before Jesse was engulfed into the band, though.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the songs were done while Howard was still in the band.
Yeah.
Giving him stuff to write to before he left and everything,
So it's going to be themed a lot around sort of Jesse's return to the band, I suppose, lyrically, or?
I think it's all over the place, really.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yep.
He had carte blanche. He could do whatever he wanted. He could sing about pavement if he wanted to. It didn't really matter. He's got a really good style, and he knows what he's doing. And his words are like poetry. They don't have to be edited. They're really, really great the way they are.
I suppose with him back on vocals, has it sort of reinvigorated the band? Like, does it feel like sort of your first album again, or?
I think in a lot of ways, yeah.
That and live, I mean, the guy's all over the place. He's jumping around like a monkey. It's hard to keep up, to tell you the truth. He's giving us a kick in the butt to like get our stuffing gear on stage for sure. But you know, we're the old guys. We've been doing this for 14 years now, which is ridiculous to say. And you get jaded. You know, after that much time, things don't seem to matter as much anymore. And with Jesse back in the band and just being so excited, everyone's excited again. Everyone sees things through his eyes, and it's really cool.
So did you record it in between a few tours? Was it sort of?
When we started doing it, when was it? Was it last April and May? We started recording. So it was like over the course of several months. We did drums and bass and rhythm guitars, I think, and then like a few months later came back to overdub guitars and then vocals.
Yeah, we did a couple
really
songs with vocals, and then Jesse kind of wanted to just feel what it was like to be on tour with us again and really get a sense of us. So we halted vocals. That song got leaked. We did a bunch of touring for the summer, came back, and he had like 6 or 7 different new voices that he was doing on the songs when he went back into the studio. We're like, you got to go back and redo the stuff you did before, because wow, this stuff you're coming out with is amazing. So he actually redid a bunch of that stuff, and yeah.
And Adam did most of the sort of work behind the scenes on it, or?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, back at the producing helm. Andy Sneap back to mixing. It's our old sort of production crew that we're really happy with and satisfied.
Yep. So I assume 2013 is just going to be a full album tour cycle for you guys.
Yeah, this is the beginning right now.
Yep.
This is the start.
Oh well, thanks for talking to AMH TV, guys.
Ah, yeah. Thank you.